Hi, I'm Quentin. I run a handyman service, fixing people's houses, fixing things. That's what I've always done, fix things. My average day, I don't know, I'm not really a morning person, so I try to make my mornings as simple as possible. I'm a creature of habit. I eat the same cereal every morning. I take the same shower. I do a very typical thing until I get to work, because that's all kind of like zombie. I'm just a zombie until I get to work. You know, I can work all day long, and there's still more work to do. I do a lot of small jobs, which means there's always the little pieces to keep track of. This little part has to go on this person's house, and then I do larger jobs. Right now I'm doing a whole renovation of a whole apartment house downtown, and I like that better. But ultimately, I would like to work less. I make sculpture because, I don't know, it's another way of expressing something wordlessly. And I'm too enamored by words, and it's good to do something that's wordless, that, you know, which is part of the reason why I hate, you know, explaining my art. I mean, either you're moved and it made a difference, or you're not. The last thing I had taken before I left for college was this class called 3D Design, which is just an intro class for the art majors. And I was just fishing around trying to find something. And the grad student who was teaching it was great. He was this Hawaiian guy, and he just was the best art teacher I ever had. He said, you know, he had a project he had to present to us, make this cube and displace the space somehow. And I was like, I don't know, I don't have any ideas, but I have this idea for something else. He's like, if you have ideas, do it, just do it. So everyone else had these white boxes, and I had this green thing going all over the place, and he understood. He understood. It's like, if you're young and you're eager, just say go. That's all he had to do was say go, and I just went and did wild stuff. Good evening. Tonight's show is brought to you by the people who make sugar. Do you have that little impulse to say no whenever you see your little one enjoying something with sugar in it? Lots of mothers have this prejudice. But in fact, sugar can often do kids quite a bit of good. This is one of my favorites, because it's so frickin' simple. I didn't do anything. I added the little things, and I took off the ball. But man, boy, this changes me. When I wear this, I've had dogs almost attack me because they completely freaked out. They didn't know what to do with this thing. It wasn't human. They were like, the owner had to hold them back because they thought the dog was thinking, oh, this weird thing is attacking my owner. I think it has a similar effect on people. This one started because my neighbor tree fell down or something. I went to help him, and we needed something out of the garage. And when I was in this garage, I saw these things, and I said, "What is that?" She's like, "I don't even know. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Yes." And then I was just figuring out what to do with them, and so it started with that, and eventually ended up being this. And so what I try to do is just take ordinary objects and make them so weird looking that people don't immediately recognize what it is that it's made of. But then when they get a closer look, they're like, hey, wait a second, that's just a vegetable strainer, and it's a colander, and that's just raffia. And I want to make art accessible. I want to express that art is accessible.
That's my concentration.
The whole thing is about trying to encourage people to play.